Hey guys, it's been a little bit. Last week was my birthday weekend, so kind of just took the weekend off. We had a couple days off, extra days off, and wanted to do stuff. So that's what I did. Plus, we got a sketch show coming up on Sunday, in the Jewel Box, 7 o'clock, $10 at the door. We usually have a ticket link, but they changed some management there, so it's like we didn't get a ticket link like we normally would. So just pay it at the door, and that'll be fine. Yeah. At Jewel Box Seattle, if you're in the Seattle area, there you go. There's your official plug for the show, the wild show. I don't know what I'm doing with my head here. Anyway, how are you? I'm 44 now. Yes, and I look at God. Anyway, just wanted to check in, guys, because I haven't checked in a while. I know we've been kind of out of sorts. We had the vacation, then we came back from vacation, and then we had the, birthdays and all that good stuff. But we've been pretty busy, so just wanted to quickly check in and let you know we probably won't have any videos tomorrow because we have one final rehearsal, tech rehearsal tomorrow. So there's not a lot of time for us to do videos on Saturday for tomorrow because we'll probably be exhausted after we're done. We're probably going to get done until 6:30 or something like that. So that time it's like 7 o'clock at night, and it's like, that day's already gone, So yeah, but after this week, we don't have another show until November 20th. So we'll have a lot more free time on Saturdays to be able to film stuff more often. Plus, it's Halloween month, so we want to try to film some more Halloween-based sketches. Now, obviously, we haven't had the time we had during the pandemic where we could just film like a whole bunch of, 3-4 sketches in a thing. Sometimes we use a laptop camera, sometimes we use our phone. I haven't actually used my video camera in forever, actually. I should probably charge it and use it again. I'm going to use it this week for the show. But, yeah. So, yeah, we will have some more fun stuff coming for the channel. And keep trying to subscribe, guys. We appreciate the subscriptions. We're at 69. We'd like to get to 70, guys. One more subscriber, and we'll be at 70. But we also thank you for the views in the last one. I think it was like 300 on one of the one and 100 and something on the other. So that's always nice because sometimes you do something and it's like, all right, 2 whole views, woo! And then other times it's like, oh, there's 300. Other times it's 2K. Okay. You just never know, I guess, what's gonna hit. But algorithm and shit. So yeah, like I said, we're working towards 70. So let's get that one more subscriber. If you're out there, you're watching right now, and you're thinking about it, should I subscribe to this guy shaking his hand at me? Yes, you should, because there will be comedy and fun, and I'll do this with my head. Anyway, this is what a 44-year-old acts like. Okay, very professional. By the way, now I am a 44-year-old with luxurious hair. That may come next week. Anyway, I just spoiled that. Anyway, cool. So, yeah, it's about 11:30 here. I do have to take a nap. I'm going to see a friend. He's actually doing a version of Clue on stage. So he's playing Mr. Green. Another friend's playing Professor Plum. So that should be fun. Looking forward to that. And I said we got our show on Sunday, so that'll be fun too. So should be a fun weekend. Hope you're having a fun weekend too. I did see a couple. This must be a rambling update. That's what we'll do. I did see a couple things. I saw The Barbarian. Is it Barbarian or The Barbarian? I think it's Barbarian. That was pretty good. I liked it. It was weird at parts, and I was like, I was trying to kind of figure out what the thing was at first, but it was pretty good. I liked it. I had a friend that said he didn't really like it. He was disappointed with it, but he didn't really explain why. Tell me why you didn't like it. But no, I thought it was enjoyable. That was kind of my birthday movie. Anna had to work, so I had to go by myself. But whatever. She's supposed to take me to a movie. We might go see Pearl. I actually did. I watched X, which is, I guess, Pearl's the prequel to X. That was definitely an interesting movie. It was very well made. Had a Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of feel to it without being like a total ripoff or anything like that. But it was very 70s exploitation style. A lot of boobs. If you ever seen Brittany Snow's boobs, you see them in this movie. So for those of you guys who like Brittany Snow, and Mia Goth, she's really good. Really good actress. So yeah, let's definitely check it out. It's on. I actually rented it on Amazon, but I'm sure it's probably other places you can watch it. You know. Let's see. I've been getting into Billions. That's a really good show. Like I really wasn't expecting to like it, but I mean I like Paul Giamatti and stuff like that. But like bunch of rich people screwing each other over. What's fun about that shit? But no, actually, it's kind of like House of Cards because like when House of Cards was on, I didn't think that I would like some show about politics, but it was so well acted. It was really good. Lots of twists and turns. I mean, yeah, as I know, Kevin Spacey now is kind of persona non grata. But I always look at it this way, even though there were rumors, even though there were a lot of rumors about Kevin Spacey before all that stuff went down, you know, when I was watching it, I didn't know about that stuff. And there were all these things that didn't come out yet. So I look at it as like, I can still watch things with him in it that he's already put out. Now, I wouldn't pay any money to support anything he's in after the fact. But up until then, like I loved Horrible Bosses, and he's in that, and I mean, American Beauty was pretty good. I mean, there's a lot of stuff he was in that, he was still a good actor. He's just kind of a creep, unfortunately, which sucks, It's disappointing when people disappoint you. But no, Billions is really good. Paul Giamatti is great. Damian Lewis is really good too. I like it. It's like you think you would hate. Like he's definitely a bad guy, but he still has some standards in some ways. Where you're like, oh, this guy's, he's got some layers to him, which I appreciate that for a character to have layers. Good writing. So yeah, if you haven't checked out Billions, it's on Showtime, but I watch it through Amazon. So, a lot of times like Hulu and things like that have these kind of, you can also get Showtime. So I do that, you pay a few extra bucks. That's what you got to do in this world. Pay a few bucks, you get a little more. But yeah, no, check that out. It's really good. Much better than Hunters. I know that dialogue and we made fun of it, if you remember, but that line of like, oh man, Hansel and Gretel were like the Nazis and the witch was the nice Jew. What? If you read the story, I think it's probably the reverse, you morons. The witch wanted to eat them. So yeah, maybe read a story right next time. Whoever wrote that line should probably quit writing forever. And I'll give credit where credit's due. The She-Hulk episode. This is spoilers if you haven't seen this week's episode. But Daredevil finally shows up, and the episode was really good. Actually, I think him and She-Hulk had really good chemistry, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. They even played the Daredevil theme at one point. So yeah, it's a really good episode. People who are complaining about it now, and it's like, geez, guys, I just think that like, people are like never happy sometimes. Like I don't know. I understand like some criticism. Because some of the writing is hit or miss. Some of the comedy is hit or miss. I'll fully admit that. Just a personal take. But I've still enjoyed some of it. Like it's very hit or miss. Like I said, this episode was really good. And I liked the one with Mr. Immortal in it. And I liked the Juan episodes and stuff like that. The one with Abomination and the group was okay. But it just, I don't know. It just kind of dragged a little bit. It's like, okay, can we get, like it's one of those things like I feel like, what are they doing with Abomination? Like, you could have had a whole Thunderbolt setup with him, but now he's not going to be in that. I don't know. I guess we still got one more episode, but I just, the only thing I don't like is this, that, like, the villains are basically incels. Like, it's the best you can do, guys. I know it's a comedy, but you got to leave that shit behind. If you hate these scumbags so much, like, make a well-written character out of them instead of, like, this is us calling out you trolls. It's like, yeah, you've been doing that for every fucking episode. It's like, I give this example to Anna. I said, well, like I said, this episode was good. And we'll see how things go into the last episode. But I told Anna this. I said, we did a play called Electric Man, superhero that my dad actually created and I kind of expounded upon. He did it for a Halloween costume and then I kind of fleshed out the character more. We did a play, and this was right after 2016, we're fresh in 2016, Donald Trump was president and all that. And, we all, didn't like Trump. So, I had this idea just like on a whim of like, what if like for a little we had a little montage thing of Electro Man saving people. And we had this idea of having someone, kind of dress up like Donald Trump or something like that. And then me kind of, punch him out with my electric fist. And yeah, it was funny. It was a quick bit. My whole thing was like, people were comparing him to Hitler, which I don't know, he's bad, but that's kind of a big comparison. Of course they've done that with Obama. They don't with Bush. No one's Hitler, guys. They're all bad, but like, people are bad here and there, but like, they're not Hitler. But we've done some horrible things in this country too, but I won't get on that. But yeah, the entire thing was kind of a little callback to, Captain America punching out Hitler thing in the comics. So that was really what I was going for. But the thing is, like, the thing with She-Hulk and just some of these other writing things when they go on these constant things is just that, like, I totally get what they're going for. I don't even necessarily disagree with what they're saying. It's just the overabundance of saying it. Now, let's say we did this Electro Man play, which had a full story and all that stuff. And then every 5 minutes I'm mentioning Donald Trump, or every 5 minutes I'm punching Donald Trump. It's like, or we made Donald Trump the villain, or made a Trump-like villain. Like, that would get real old real quick. And people would not have really liked it and would have just been like, oh, okay, can we move on to the story? That's what it feels like to me. Like, I get it's only a half-hour show and it's a sitcom. I get that. I understand that. But like every episode, there's got to be something about man babies or like some man ghosting somebody, or some guy being creepy, or some guy being an asshole or taking credit. And it's just like, okay, I get it. This is stuff women go through. Okay, I have a wife. I get it. I've seen her go through shit. I have a sister, I have a niece, I have a mom, it's like, I have aunts, like, I have plenty of female friends, I get it, but like, sometimes it's just like, okay, cool, can we move on now? Nope, we're gonna spend 30 minutes, okay, cool, like, it's like, and I've heard like a whole thing, like, Anna was reading this article where they're just like, well, we wanted to do this whole thing where it'd be like a law procedural type thing, and, she'd defend all these villains, each week and all that. And then we realized we didn't know how to write, court show. And I'm just like, well, you could do... So we just gave up and said, fuck it. Well, then learn how to write a fucking court show. Here's what I was telling Anna. I said, all they had to do was, like, watch Law and Order. Or, like, like Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law. Look at that show. It was a cartoon. But he was defending all these other cartoon characters. What if She-Hulk did that? Where every episode there's a different villain. It could be a C-list villain, D-list villain, whatever. But like, or other heroes or something like that. But like, each week she's doing, like, they have at least done a little bit of that where they'd have these minor characters and stuff like that show up. Like Leapfrog, that was funny. But like, and that's fine. But I thought that, like, yeah, if they were doing that, I'm not saying every single week has to just be the same exact thing. But the thing with sitcoms is that most sitcoms actually have a plot going on too, whereas this just feels like it's going episode to episode, random shit, and you may occasionally get a review of, oh, well, this happened, but like, it's just like, okay, is this going somewhere? But so that's kind of my thing on that is I feel like there's just an overabundance sometimes, like I've talked before about soapboxing, where it's like, it's not that what you're saying is something I disagree with or that you don't have a right to say it. You're the writer, you do what the fuck you want. I'm just saying, personally, as a viewer, me personally, and I'm not siding with any of these fucking crazy assholes who are like, he was emasculated. I'm like, what? I didn't see that at all, but okay. I feel like sometimes they go overboard and reach too much, but at the same time, I don't know. It just feels like sometimes it's like, we need to beat this over your heads. This is stuff that happens, and this is something that happened, and we're going to make sure you do not forget it, and you are going to hear our opinion on it. It's pretty much Twitter. Like, I have an opinion on this particular matter, and therefore I want to make sure that you hear my opinion and know my opinion. It's basically social media. That's basically, we all do it. to a point. If you're on social media, I want an opinion on this or opinion on that. Whether it's a political issue, whether it's, oh, Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. What are your thoughts on that? It's like lots of people had opinions on the shit, or this person should have won the Oscar. This person, we're all gonna have opinions. That's fine. But like, that's the thing with social media. It's just like so blown up to the point that like every asshole on the internet's got to say some shit or troll somebody, or it's just, guys, get a life. It's just like, but at the same time, I think that there are a lot of times legitimate criticism. I think like, oh, this writing doesn't work for me, or these jokes don't work for me, or the acting is wooden or subpar. Those are legitimate criticisms. Now, if you're criticizing them because of the race or the gender or anything like that, then you're stupid and you're an asshole. But I think that we've gotten, what gets lost in all this troll stuff and all this incel stuff is that we get to the point where anybody criticizes, I can't say words, your episode. Whether it's like, oh, I don't like this. Oh, well, you're a man, baby. But I'm just giving a legitimate criticism of the writing. Like maybe you could try writing. And I'm saying that, well, I did legitimate criticism because I write things too. I write sketch comedy, and I've done stand up in the past, and I write plays and stories and stuff like that. So I may not be a published writer, but like I do writing. I did creative writing in college a little bit, so it's like I at least know the elements of a story. So it's like when stories are just kind of not there, or are just kind of dragging, or not really, I don't know, not well thought out, I don't know. It just, I just have the tendency to be like, but like when something's good, I'll absolutely be like, yeah, that was good. Like I said, I liked this episode. It was probably one of my favorite episodes, besides Mr. Immortal. I really, Great Lakes Avengers, baby. I want that happening. Make it happen. I want to be Doorman. Like I don't actually know Doorman's like race in the thing, so I mean, if he's supposed to be a different race than white, then okay, I can play a different character. Let's just but yeah, Doorman. Let's do it. Great Lakes Adventures. Make it happen, Kevin Feige. Make it happen. But yeah, but I think at the same time, where was I going? I don't know. Oh yeah, Mr. Immortal and Juan. Juan is fun. That was fun. I like the Donnie Blaze scene too. I thought that was funny. They're all like doing that. There were some definite good gems in the show. I will say that much. In terms of comedy, I do think there is some good stuff in there that I did legitimately laugh at. It wasn't just like, oh yeah, it's kind of like it reminds me a little bit of Ghostbusters 2016 in that there were moments in there that were actually funny, and then there were moments where they just didn't know when to. Okay, now we cut. No, okay, nope, this bit is still going. That moment when they're just like, the cat's out of the bag. And 10 minutes of this, I'm like, oh my god, shut up! You killed whatever joke you had here. Please kill it. But like, there were moments like it wasn't. I know a lot of people are going to hate on it, but like, it wasn't an awful movie. It just wasn't the movie that I particularly wanted to see at that time. I'm glad we got Afterlife after that. But that doesn't mean that it shouldn't exist. It doesn't mean that you should hate it or that's a horrible movie or that you should hate on the actresses or anything like that. But there was just a lot of, for me personally, some of the jokes just didn't land, but like that's kind of how it is with this. There's moments where like I really enjoy She-Hulk and the humor, and I'm laughing and it's a good time. And there's other times where I'm just like, okay, that wasn't funny. That didn't do it for me. Oh, is this supposed to be funny? Are we supposed to be? Oh no, yeah, we got it. So it's not an awful show. It's just hit or miss on the comedy, which, hey, that's comedy. That's sitcoms to a T. There's times you watch a sitcom episode and you're just like, oh, that wasn't that great. Or it's a very serious episode. But most of the time I think that's just how it is with comedy. I'm just rambling. What am I doing? I don't even know. I don't know what I'm doing. I just haven't done a video in a week or two, so I thought, what the hell. I'll check in. But yeah, I think, to make a long story short, too late. Oh, sorry. Checking text and texting, just checking a text. I can't talk. Da, 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 da. Um, yeah, but let me go on story short. I think legitimate criticism is okay as long as you're legitimately criticizing. So you shouldn't be bullied or called an incel or something like that if you're just legitimately criticizing an episode or a TV show or a movie or like what didn't work about it. Because look, we all have a right to not like something, and we also have a right to like something. When I say that is basically like, I love Cobra Kai. I fully acknowledge that some of the stuff they do in there is ridiculous and wouldn't happen in real life and things like that. But that's like Karate Kids movies to a T. So I don't care. I like the characters. I have a good time. And if other people don't like it, oh well. I don't care. You know, they have a right not to like it. I'm not going to tell them to fuck off. I just like, well, okay, sorry. You know, I like it and I'll continue to like it. And that's the thing, you know, it's like in The Boys. I fucking love The Boys. But if there's people who don't like The Boys, that's fine. You're entitled not to like things. But what happens is we get to a point of gatekeeping. We get to a point of like, you know, well, you don't like this. Well, you just don't know what's good, or how can you not like this? It's just like I just don't like it. It's just not my cup of tea, and that's okay. We're allowed to like and dislike things, guys. You just have to not be an asshole about it. Is the main thing, you know. Now I've been guilty in the past of like going overboard on social media where I'm just like continually bashing something over and over again, like the Karate Kid reboot. But so I've tried to pull that back now and learn from that. You know, it's easy to get wrapped up in that. But I like I said before, I've said more how much. Sometimes I'll see people who just like love everything, like everything about it. Like it totally works for them, and I'm like, man, I'm envious of that in a way because I can remember when I would used to just go and see movies. You know, I would just go and see them. Like I'd see a trailer, it looked funny, or it looked like cool. I'm gonna go see that, and I'd go see it. And I didn't have to go on social media because there wasn't social media at the time, and like see everybody's opinion on it. I didn't have to go read every critic's review on it. I just went and saw the movie, and then either I liked it and I had a good time, or I was like, oh, that sucked. You know, that was it. But now we've gotten so much of social media where like everyone has to say, well, let me tell you about my thoughts on this thing. Let me tell you how they destroyed my childhood. And you know, it's just like, really, you can watch the movie on DVD, guys, you know? It's really not that big a deal. I never, no matter what, with remakes and all that stuff, it's like, it is what it is. But like, it just like, it doesn't really destroy your childhood because, at least with a remake, reboot, whatever, even if they're not treating certain characters right, you can still go watch that original movie. It's not going away. It's still there. It's not like they're like, well, this is now replacing this, and you can fuck off with that shit. It's basically, because you can always just choose to ignore what they're saying. If they're like, oh, I'm killing this character off or treating this character off, it's like, oh, yeah, it's not how it works in my head canon. In my head canon, Return of the Jedi was it. You know, just to be an example. And there was never anything else after that. It never, ever happened. But yeah, I think ultimately... but Stargirl is also awesome. I just watched another episode of that. Love that show. Good cast, good writing. A lot of fun. Yeah, what else do I watch? I'm not going to watch too much else. Yeah, I wrapped up, I think I mentioned already last time, I wrapped up City on a Hill. Another excellent show. Kevin Bacon. Aldous Hodges. Awesome. Looking forward to Black Adam coming out. Halloween Ends comes out next week. Looking forward to that. Yeah, and then Black Panther 2 will be coming out. Which I have some mixed feelings on. And it's more just good. Like, I really like Chadwick Boseman a lot. Just like, great fucking actor. Like, I think the first thing I saw him in was that 42. And I was like, oh, this guy's really good. He's gonna be something. And I was right. And it's more or less like, it's not even the characters in it. Letitia Wright's anti-vax, or I don't know if it's anti-vax or just anti-vaccine, but like, it just kind of got on my nerves. And if she had just said it once and didn't shut up about it, but like when you just hear reports about her just continually doing it, it's just kind of like between her and Evangeline Lilly both. It's just like, fuck off, you know. And it's like, I don't want to see you. I don't think you should be the lead of the movie if that's the direction they go. Like, I don't want you to be Black Panther. Like, you can be in the movie, and I can tolerate you because Angela Bassett's in there, and Lupita Nyong'o's in there, and Winston Duke's in there, and all this, you know, and that'll be good at least. But yeah, I don't know. I just that does bother me. But no, I think I'll still go see it. Of course, you know, it's not. It still looks good. I mean, a lot of the action looks good and all that stuff. But like, you know, it's just one of those things. Like, man, I wish Chadwick Boseman wanted to pass away because I would have loved to have seen what they would have done with him and him meeting up with Namor and stuff like that. But life is what it is. You just got to roll with the punches. Sometimes unexpected things happen, and you just have to roll with it. So I'm sure they put together a beautiful movie, and you know, I look forward to seeing it. Cool. I'm just gonna wrap this up, guys. It's turned into a rambling update, which I wasn't planning originally. I was just gonna basically say, hey, we're gonna do some videos next week, and then that was gonna be it. And then it turned into me rambling. So, all right, guys. Well, have a good day. I'll try to get back to my Tecumseh and Anna stuff. I think the last time I did was the bridge work thing. I kind of left off. I was going to do that today, but now I'm kind of like, I'm kind of tired. I'm going to take a nap. Look at all that sunlight. Good God. Turn this way so you're not blinded by the light. Blinded by the light. I'm going to stop that now. Cool, guys. Like and subscribe. Hope you have a great day.